to Detroit Proud Off-Road Edition. Please welcome your host for this evening, Shelby Hall.
Hello, Detroit! I am Shelby Hall, and if you know me, well, you know that I love to play in the dirt. Tonight is about celebrating the passion people feel for off-roading here in the USA and all around the world, from the trailhead to the checkered flag. But before we turn to the trails, let's take a moment to celebrate this great city. Because tonight, we're on home turf. Who here is Detroit proud? All right, let's get this party started. Please welcome to the stage Ford CEO Jim Farley and Carhartt CEO Linda Hubbard.
Well, hi everyone, and thank you all for joining us. Ford is definitely Detroit proud. On behalf of Bill, who's right over there, and myself, welcome to Detroit Auto Show. You gotta love this industry. Sometimes a little crazy, but just 2 days ago, I was in the Saudi desert with all of our racing teams at Dakar. And boy, is that a race. Holy smokes. They are fighting like crazy day and night. I think we're actually in first place right now, but don't want to jinx it. To help Ford win the Dakar rally for the first time. Now, we have won a lot of things. Formula One, championships, every championship, but this is one race we've never won, and we really want to win it bad. Now we're here back in Detroit just a few days later, kicking off another year. And in this business, you know it's going to be unpredictable, it's going to be tough, it's also going to be very inspiring. Linda, I am so honored to have you here with all of us and to be with the Carhartt team. You guys are rock stars.
Thank you.
And Ford and Carhartt, it's not often I'm on stage with a family company that's even older than Ford. Two icons, obviously, and one zip code right here in Detroit. Carhartt has been a personal inspiration for my whole career. You guys are the real deal at this brand. You don't just design for workers, you care for them. And you put actions behind your words. I see it in every one of your ads. It's about values. We both value hard work, and we honor people who build things with their hands. Like our awesome Michigan assembly plant. Employees are all here. Map, come on. All right.
You know, Jim, our relationship with Ford goes back to 1920 when Carhartt produced apparel for Ford factory workers. And we even lacked a few racetracks together recently. So like Ford, Carhartt is a family company. We both exist to serve and protect all hardworking people.
It's remarkable how both of our companies have survived and thrived for over a century. I think it proves something we all know in our gut, that great products for hardworking Americans and people around the globe stand the test of time. In that respect, we serve what we call the essential economy, both of us. Let's talk about that essential economy. What is it? It's $12 trillion of our GDP in our country. It's 95 million jobs. It's concrete, it's studs, it's drywall, it's power grid, it's truck drivers. It is the thing that makes everything in our country possible. Today, the essential economy faces real challenges: stagnant productivity, skilled workers shortages, and outdated beliefs that if you don't have a 4-year college degree, well, that's the only path to the American dream. Lynn and I and many others came together at the Ford Accelerate conference last fall. And when I said that we had thousands of auto mechanic jobs we couldn't fill despite the potential for a 6-figure paycheck, people were really shocked. But there are real roadblocks for young people coming into our industry. And we decided to do something about it.
That's right, Jim, we did. If we're gonna continue to build this country, We need to grow and inspire that next generation of electricians, welders, linemen, operators, and plumbers. And all we have to do is look around. The food on our table, the roads that brought us here tonight, the concert you can't wait for, all of this is made possible by hardworking people who keep the world moving. So today we're proud to announce that Ford and Carhartt are going to come together in a multi-year partnership designed to create impact in 3 areas: workforce development, community building, and of course durable products that support hardworking people every day.
And for that workforce development, our initial focus is on auto technicians. We are providing fast-track training programs and partnering with high schools and community college to build out a pipeline of talent for our dealerships. And thanks to our partnership with Tech Force Foundation, we're helping cover tuition and hidden costs like tools, credential fees, and transportation.
So we're excited to announce that Carhartt's going to outfit that next generation of auto technicians. Please welcome to the stage Delana Denard and Hussein Huili, representing the Detroit cohort of scholars going through the Tech Force program. Hussein, this kind of started as a personal project, but during the pandemic for you, but it became a career. So can you tell us why you're so excited to join the auto tech workforce?
Yeah, so basically, during quarantine, I suddenly got bored, just like everyone else did, and decided to start browsing on auction websites, and I eventually, within time, purchased a vehicle from there. And then from that point on, I decided to start working on it and learning on it, and I decided I wanted to make a career out of it. And eventually, I ended up actually enjoying it more than, well, I was currently pursuing in school. That makes it easier.
And Elena, you have a couple small children. What does this job and career move mean for your family?
Yeah, so the switch to the automotive industry was a really big change that came along with lots of challenges, but it also brought a lot of opportunities. My kids were both diagnosed with autism, and I was concerned about them possibly being nonverbal due to some delays, but then I ended up working on my truck to save a little bit of money, and that led to my kids interacting with me more, and they started learning to work on the truck with me, and now that's become a bonding moment. And now going to school at WCC to learn to be an auto tech has given me the chance to show them that it can be more than just a bonding experience, but a way of life that enhances further.
Awesome, awesome.
So we really want to recognize Delana and Hussein and all the other auto tech scholars in the audience tonight who are wearing some Carhartt gear, which looks pretty awesome. So thanks again. Having the right apparel for the job is so critical. It's why we're excited about a new co-branded Ford Technician Uniform Program developed in collaboration with Cintas, and it rolled out a few months ago. It matters that people are equipped with the right gear at every stage of their journey, from technical school to professional job sites.
And next, Ford and Carhartt are joining forces to bring Tool Bank USA to Detroit next month. If you don't know what Tool Bank does, it's a nonprofit organization that lends tools and expertise for volunteer projects, trade education, and disaster recovery. And they provide education and training for volunteers using those tools. In other words, they change lives for the better.
So through Detroit Tool Bank, we're going to give these organizations access to thousands of tools and equipment, helping them stretch their resources and strengthen communities. Over the past 5.5 years, our Carhartt workshop in downtown Detroit's loaned nearly 90,000 tools to members of our local community. And by partnering with Tool Bank, we can now reach more people and grow our impact.
Thank you, Linda. And now you have the tools and the training and the work gear. And of course, you're gonna need a truck. The Ford F-150 F-Series just marked its 49th year as America's best-selling truck. No pressure, sales team. Next year. The work truck is probably the most important tool for the essential economy. And for those businesses, they could say that Carhartt provides the work gear and the F-Series, built here in Dearborn, provides the muscle. We've been working together on job sites for 100 years, Linda. And so we figured it was time that we'd make it official.
Very exciting. So tonight it's a pleasure to preview the new Ford Super Duty Carhartt truck that will debut later this year. Last year, Jim's team came to our store in Detroit, and they left with this new understanding of the craftsmanship and the durability that Carhartt brings. And you're gonna see all that inside the truck. But tonight, here's something that we wanna share with the city of Detroit. A first look at this unique wheel, directly inspired by Detroit's iconic manhole covers. So check this out. Seeing our two brands come together like that.
It is going to be awesome. That's going to be so cool. What a great way to honor the city that we all love, Detroit. Linda, thank you for joining us. Thank you for partnering with Ford. Thank you for what you do for all the employees at Ford and for our community. Let's go to work.
Thanks, Jim.
Now, I'm standing on rocks for a reason tonight. If you look behind me, all those beautiful Broncos and Raptors and Tremors, the mountain rescue vehicles, the Baja race truck, the work trucks, this is no accident. It was always in our DNA. We decided more than a decade ago that it was Ford's job to inspire Americans to get into the wild with their vehicles that would blow their minds, for work and for adventure. Ford has sold more four-wheel drive vehicles than any other brand over the last 10 years. Now, we're gonna go even deeper. Last summer, I had a 3-day adventure in Utah with my daughter to see the untamed West. If you have not done that trip, you have to do that trip. I went, though, to learn from our super users and the diehards and what they wanted next from Ford, what they didn't even know they needed. There was a family from Allen Park who took an annual trip, their Bronco, out west to Utah, and they actually now do it 3 times a year. They call it their memory factory as a family. I met a sheriff who used that Bronco for search and rescue. He used literally every square inch of storage, and he created a whole new system, including supplemental energy. For every life he saves, he puts a patch inside his Bronco for that life. It reminds him of why he misses his family time. I came home with a load of ideas and how to expand our off-road lineup and create the kind of experiences that our customers are going to love in the future. Yes, we're the most successful off-road, but we are just getting started. And most of all, I learned how much it means to have the freedom to go off-road in our country. Thanks again, everyone, for being here tonight on this important week here in Detroit. And here's a look at why we think off-roading is so special for our brand.
There is a restlessness in the American spirit that no amount of paving can quite cover up. Inside every civilized, tax-paying adult lives a pioneer who just wants to see what's on the other side of that hill. Maybe it's the ghosts of our ancestors, the ones who looked at the Rockies and said, let's drag a wagon over that. The truth is, we're a nation built on blazing new trails. Now, civilization is a wonderful thing, but it's also a micromanager. It gives us ergonomic chairs, then tells us sitting is the new smoking. We traded the frontier for fiber optic cable. We swapped the campfire for the glow of a smartphone. We live in a world of constant connection, yet we still yearn for low-range gearing. That's why we love our 4x4s. Broncos, Raptors, Tremors. Because when you climb behind the wheel, you are no longer a junior VP of marketing. You're Lewis and Clark, but with satellite radio and climate control. When the pavement ends, the tires hit dirt, and the modern world fades away. It's just you, your co-pilot, and your rig. We don't build these vehicles just to take you somewhere. We build them to remind us of who we are. Explorers.
Thank you so much, Jim. I've spent a lot of time off pavement, and if you do this long enough, you realize America is built for this. With the right off-road capability, you can explore more than 1 million miles of public trails and unpaved roads. Here to tell us why Ford is on a mission when it comes to off-road is Andrew Frick, president of Ford Blue and Ford Model E.
Well, hi Shelby, how are you tonight?
Amazing.
Good, it's great to be here with you and with everyone here at the Detroit Auto Show. I am so excited to share our plans to dominate the off-road market. You know, it's pretty amazing that our Broncos, Rangers, F-150 Raptors, and Tremors are all assembled right here in Michigan. It is so great. What do you think about that? Now, let's talk Tremor, okay? Tremor represents the perfect balance of grit and versatility, power for the job site, and capability for the trail. And I am pleased to announce that later this year, we will be expanding the Tremor family with the Ranger Tremor. Now, let's talk about Broncos. Shelby, and I know you have a couple that you absolutely love.
You know it.
Yes. Broncos is the ultimate American comeback. Gone for 25 years, back in the game for the last 5, and last year, Bronco outsold Jeep Wrangler in retail sales. But as any Bronco owner knows, if you're standing still, you're sinking in the mud. We're going to continue to build out the Bronco family, starting with 2 new models this year. You will see the first tonight and another later this year.
More Broncos, now you're talking my language. As you know, off-road is in my family, it's in my blood. I'm a 3rd generation off-roader. But why is Ford positioned to lead in this space?
Well, Shelby, I'll give you 4 reasons. And reason number 1, just like you and your family, off-roading is in Ford's DNA. Over a century ago, Henry Ford and the Vagabonds were some of the first to test vehicles off-road. The Model T had the shocks and rugged capability to go where others couldn't. During World War II, we designed the original Army SUV. In the 60s, we introduced the Bronco, and Shelby, we still celebrate your grandfather, Rod Hall, for his record-setting win at the 1969 Baja 1000, which is still the only stock 4x4 to achieve that feat. What do you think?
That's amazing. Truly amazing. I love this.
Yeah, we do too, by the way. Good to celebrate them. We didn't stop with Bronco, as you know. We took America's best-selling vehicle, our F-Series trucks, and we created an F-150 Raptor, a new breed of high-performance trucks that brought Baja 1000 performance to the masses.
And now, on to reason number 2. Can you tell us how Ford is taking off-road global?
Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. And I'll start by talking about our China market, where we just introduced the Bronco New Energy vehicle, offering all-electric and extended-range electric powertrains. Now, you might ask, why electric? Because the Bronco will allow them to operate a mountain kitchen and a sleeping area, so it also serves as a mobile retreat, something that our customers really wanted there. Now, Ford is also the #1 4x4 brand in sales, from the Australian outback to the mountains of New Zealand, the highlands of the UK, and the rainforests of Vietnam. And let's not forget about the Ranger Raptor, which is sold in more than 180 markets and 6 of 7 continents. And in the Middle East, we just launched the Ford Expedition Tremor.
Speaking of the Middle East, I've been seeing a ton of stunning Dakar footage in my social feed.
Oh my gosh, it's beautiful, amazing. It is so cool. Like Jim, we just returned from the Dakar Rally where our teams are charging hard with the incredible Raptor T1 Plus. Now there's also a private team from Calgary racing in Dakar with a stock Bronco Raptor, and I know that would make your grandfather very proud.
It makes me proud too.
Yeah, good.
You're absolutely right. He would love that Ford is doing that.
That's good. That brings us to reason number 3. It's really in our results, which speak for themselves. Ford is America's #1 4x4 brand based on vehicle registrations, and we're building on this lead. In fact, in 2025, our 4x4 registrations nearly doubled Chevrolet and more than doubled Jeep.
Man, these 4x4 sales leadership, expanding the Bronco and the Trimmer lineups, Ford is on an off-road roll.
Yeah, I love that. And frankly, this is a really huge opportunity. It's a big growth opportunity for us. Our leadership comes from vehicles that give you proven off-road capability, tested in the most extreme conditions, which leads us to our fourth and most important reason, our people and their knowledge of the customer. Our engineers live and breathe this lifestyle. In fact, it was our own employees, a group known as the Bronco Underground, who convinced the company to bring back Bronco. And here to tell us more is Jamie Groves, who has been testing Broncos all over the United States, Mexico, and Australia for the last 7 years. Jamie?
Hey, Jamie. So all this testing that you conduct makes all of this possible. Can you tell us a little bit more about the work that you do?
Yeah, I have the best job in the world. I get to work with a team of off-road experts testing the latest Bronco family members in some of the most remote places in North America. We spend several weeks a year testing out in Johnson Valley, California, and our base is right next to the park boundary.
I love Johnson Valley too. That just so happens to be my backyard.
We love JV. It has everything from whoops to rocks, deep sand, sometimes mud. I've also raced with colleagues down in Baja, Mexico in the Nora Mexican 1000. We've run stock Broncos at Nora for 5 years and made it onto the podium each time. If our Broncos can handle the abuse of Baja, they'll be a win for our customers.
I love Nora also. I actually raced the Bronco DR in Nora last year, and it was pretty epic to see you running in a Bronco Badlands, especially with the 2.3 liter EcoBoost. What other kinds of extreme testing do you put Bronco through?
We've tested in almost every condition a customer could throw at the Bronco, from rock crawling the Rubicon Trail to blasting through deep mud down in Georgia, snow in the mountains, silt beds in Baja. We optimize calibrations when we're out with our engineering team. We optimize shift points, braking behavior, and feature performance. And we'll continue testing and learning and make the Bronco better every time.
I love it. Thank you so much. Now, this extreme testing also helps enable Bronco to perform in situations where lives are on the line. Here to tell us more, please welcome Head of Enthusiast Brands, Dave Rivers. So I see all these Broncos behind me are ready for search and rescue and first responders. Can you give us a little more detail on that?
You got it, Shelby. So more and more people are getting into the wild. And you know what? Sometimes they run into trouble and they need help. Thanks to Jamie and his phenomenal team, Bronco has the proven capability that first responders can count on in these extreme outdoor conditions. In fact, here we have the Kern County Fire and Rescue Bronco that we recently donated through the Bronco Wild Fund. It's being used as a digital command center to help fight fires in California. We also have the Bronco Filson fire rig. Now, through Ford building together, we've teamed up with organizations like Team Rubicon, who show up when communities need it most. We saw the power of this partnership in Asheville, North Carolina, after Hurricane Helene, to reach survivors in areas where roads were washed out and impassable. At Ford, we show up in good times and in bad. That is just who we are.
It's really incredible. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Dave.
you got it, yep.
And you know, on that very point, Ford has some more news to share with help from Micah Hastings, president of the National Association for Search and Rescue. Hey, Micah. Can you tell us a little bit more about the challenges that your members face and the capability that they need to overcome them?
Yes, across America, search and rescue teams are conducting hundreds of thousands of rescues each year. As a 25-year search and rescue veteran, both in the field and as a trainer, I see rescue missions increasing drastically. These teams operate in demanding conditions such as remote backcountry, extreme weather, limited access that test their endurance and their focus. Most search and rescue is done by volunteers who use their own resources to get the job done. They need a vehicle that provides dependable capability to help the teams go further and move through challenging terrain with confidence. The Bronco addresses these needs and supports the heroes who answer the call.
We thank you and the entire search and rescue community for all of your service.
Thank you.
Dave, I understand you have some more news to share.
I do. We're so excited to announce tonight that we are donating 5 Broncos to search and rescue organizations across the country. Now, Kern County was our first one. And next up, we are going to be delivering a Bronco to Jackson Hole, Wyoming, to the search and rescue team at Teton County Search and Rescue. Let's take a look. With us tonight, we have Doug Van Houten from Teton County Search and Rescue. Doug. Now, we're excited to announce 3 more Bronco donations this year. And we're looking for teams that work in extreme off-road conditions to answer the call. Search and rescue organizations can visit nasar.org to submit an application to the Answer the Call grant program. We look forward to hearing from you.
Dave, Micah, this is truly inspiring stuff. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Shelby.
All right, so at the start of the show, we promised you some racing action, and now it's time to deliver. This unlikely story features an inexperienced team of Bronco owners who took a salvaged Bronco and decided to enter the one and only Baja 1000. Let's take a look. This story is seriously true to my heart. You guys are amazing. I'm pleased to welcome on stage with me off-road racers RJ Zanin and Austin Gillis, alongside Ford's top Bronco engineer, Ed Krentz. RJ and Austin, congratulations on completing the Baja 1000 in Class 3. And we thank you for your service. You guys, RJ is a Black Hawk helicopter pilot for the Army National Guard, and get this, Austin flies the F-16. That is seriously badass, and it really explains why the both of you are junkies for the extreme, like going for a joyride in the totally awesome, totally intense, totally dangerous Baja 1000.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, you can definitely tell by our career paths, we're definitely adrenaline junkies. We're searching for that next thrill.
We still get the rush from off-roading though, despite our day jobs. And I honestly think I get more of a rush off-roading, especially when he's driving. So it's still there.
Yeah, that makes sense. But here's what really blows my mind. So both of you had zero experience, and yet you decided to take a 2023 Bronco two-door with a manual transmission and go for gold at Baja. So you've got to tell us about what took you to Baja.
Yeah, so we're new at this. We're new at everything, except driving a manual. He didn't know how to drive a manual, thank God. Everything else is new to us. Our whole team is fairly new as well, so even for us getting to Mexico is a big deal, because most of us haven't even been to Mexico before. So it's a pretty big learning curve there. We made it happen, so.
And for me, the dream of getting the Baja started when I was a child. My aunt lived in a house in Mexico, and when I was about 5 years old, I was able to see my first Baja 1000. That's when truly the dream started for me, getting out there running with the big guys. Only really had enough funds to modify the Black Diamond Bronco to meet the requirements for score. We did some performance modifications, but everything was very, 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 very minimal. It's just essentially what was needed to get it to standard.
Yeah, it's crazy. So that Bronco that's sitting over there is pretty much as close to stock as we could feasibly get it, pretty much because we didn't have the money to do it. But that didn't stop us from the beginning. RJ and the whole 301 team, we were determined to get to Baja. We were determined to finish. We knew from the start it was Baja or bust.
All right, so you got to tell us what happened.
What didn't happen, yeah. This was the epitome of Marshall's Law. Every single thing that you could think happened did happen. We had multiple flat tires for the entire race. Radio communication issues where we couldn't receive any comms from our pit teams. We're going through the mud at the end of the race. We're borderline hypothermic. I'm pretty sure we're actually even hypothermic. It was
at least the mud tastes good.
Yeah, mud didn't taste the greatest, but not the worst I've had. But after everything was said and done, just to top it all off, it was the absolute worst weather conditions that the Baja 1000 has seen in decades.
Yeah, so we dug in. We did 854 miles in 36 hours and 8 minutes. And by we, I mean RJ is the crazy. Well, he's in the Army, so we knew he was crazy. But he drove the whole thing by himself. I swapped in about hour 20 from the original navigator, which was Ken Brown, and happy to take his spot. He was awesome. He taught me everything I knew. We luckily did about a 10-minute crash course, maybe less, on how to be a navigator, which I guess was enough to get us to the finish line.
I mean, it looks like it.
Yeah, we made it happen.
Didn't matter because the navigation system was crapped out anyway. So
yeah, we're going off fives for a while.
But it's crazy because I've seen in the video this Bronco. 5 months before the race, it was a total Bronco. I bought it from the salvage yard because it was exactly what I was looking for. I wanted that 2.3 EcoBoost. I wanted the manual transmission. It had to be a two-door because of Class 3 rules. We found this Bronco, wanted to give it a second chance of life. We got it to the shop, started building it up to get it out to the race. Everyone thought it was crazy. The crazy timeline starting in September to build a roll cage and everything to get a car ready for a race. The most difficult race in North America within 2 months. A lot of people thought we were a little psychotic, but in reality, it's a testament to how amazing the vehicle is. I mean, after the race, 2 weeks after the race, I was driving the Bronco to work. So kind
of put the windshield back in?
I did put the windshield back on for driving to work, yeah.
That sucked.
I mean, this is a totally incredible story. Ed, what do you think of what they accomplished?
I mean, wow, right? RJ and Austin's success is a real testament to the durability of Ford's off-road vehicles. and to your resilience, of course. Racing produces the most extreme conditions. At Ford, we apply what we learn in these extreme conditions to our production vehicles. It is why we race. In fact, Ford Racing secured victories at the Baja 1000 in both the full-size class with the F-150 Raptor and the stock mid-size class with the Bronco Raptor. And thanks to your guys' resilience, we took first place in all three classes.
That is so incredible. All right, you guys, we all need to meet up on the trail sometime.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for joining us. And now, behind the wheel of the stock mid-size Bronco Raptor was none other than Vaughn Gittin Jr. So this should give you a clue as to what's coming next. Let's take a look.
At RTR, ready or not, she's ready for anything. The new Ford Bronco RTR pushes Ford and RTR's relationship far beyond where the road ends.
Inspired by our Baja and King of the Hammers winning racetrack, this Bronco RTR
Combine Ford off-road know-how with RTR's signature approach to climbing. With high clearance, wide track suspension, Baja mode, and motorsports-derived anti-lag turbo technology. The Bronco RTR has all the capability and style you need
and nothing you don't.
This level of capability and style has never been so attainable. Bronco RTR.
You guys, check this out. The new Bronco RTR driven by Vaughn Gittin Jr.
Hey.
Tell us what you got here.
Shelby, so pumped about the Bronco RTR. You know, RTR is all about thrilling on and off-road performance with fun to drive style and attitude that is ready to rock. Together, the Ford and RTR teams created a new member of the Bronco family that features some incredible design elements, such as the RTR signature grille with integrated lighting, V-Lock-capable RTR Evo 6 wheels with a Hyperline rock rings, and of course, the graphics and Bronco lettering across the grille with Hyperline accents that pop so well on the trail. Ed, let them know about the performance that backs up that signature styling.
Yeah, so Jamie talked about it earlier. He stole my thunder. Johnson Valley is the laboratory in which the Bronco gets birthed, right? There's no avoiding the rough terrain out there. In fact, it's what we look for. That's why we're providing two levels of capability. Standard will be with a 33-inch all-terrain tire, and for the first time ever, that'll be included with a wide track, high clearance suspension from the factory. This provides incremental ground clearance and stability for all the stuff that Vaughn does in the desert. Also, and we're not done there, it has the Raptor-derived steering gear. There will be no breaking parts while you're out in the desert. Secondly, from the Bronco Raptor, again, we've sourced the 1,000-watt fan. Power is important. It needs to be there all the time. It'll last longer than you will. And then lastly, again, back to power. Right, it's important that it's immediate. And again, we've sourced our race-proven anti-lag software available to keep you into the power as you need it. And for those who even want more, there is the optional Sasquatch package shown here: 35-inch tires, Haas 3.0, Fox shocks, internal bypass.
I mean, this thing is rad. I think I'm gonna have to get myself one.
I think so.
Have you battle tested this already?
We work side by side with the Bronco engineers. You know, the Bronco RTR is built for enthusiasts by enthusiasts. And this is exactly the Bronco that I would spec out. It's nimble, super fun to drive, capable, and truly ready to rock.
Vaughn, Ed, congratulations on this amazing debut.
Thank you. Thank you all very much.
All right, everyone, that's almost all we have time for tonight, but Ford is just getting started. In just 2 days, Ford Racing and Red Bull will be broadcasting live from Michigan Central Station to launch the 2026 season. They'll be dropping a bunch more news on the night, and I heard backstage that another kind of pony might be making its debut. Is anyone here interested in a sneak peek? All right, let's roll the tape. Man, oh man, was that a tease. I cannot wait for more. So don't forget to tune in this Thursday from 7 p.m. at fordracing.com. And in the meantime, thank you everyone for joining us tonight. And remember, when you're out on the trail, keep the shiny side up and have fun in the dirt. Have a great night.